where the center of the world was, he sent out two birds, one to the east and one to the west. And he said, okay, wherever these birds meet, that's going to be considered the center of the world. The two birds met here in Delphi. Okay, and Delphi was thus declared the center, the navel of the world. There was an object representing that navel. It was something like an egg-shaped a piece of rock, and it was always placed in the middle of the sanctuary, right next to this woman, Bithia. Now, let's backtrack a bit. We were in Philippi a couple of days ago. We were talking about the girl with the prophetic spirit, okay? The girl with, yes, possessed by the spirit, which was cast out by Paul. Now, the actual Greek text says she had a spirit of the python. Pneuma is spirit. Pneuma is the English term, but pneuma, spirit, and bithonos, spirit of the python. Okay, that's what the Greek text says. Luke is using terms from ancient Greek mythology because Greeks at the time, and Jews knowing Greek culture, would understand what he's talking about. A spirit that was associated with an ancient prophetic spirit in Greece. Okay, a snake-like figure, a serpent. Okay, hence the depiction, if you remember at the baptistry of Lydia, the depiction of the spirit circling around the girl was serpentine. It looked like a snake. Okay, so all of this goes back to this central myth of Delphi, Apollo killing the snake, and Luke adopting that imagery of the snake to explain what was going on with this girl, what this girl was possessed by. Now, as we go nearer, you will see the sanctuary of Apollo being it's placed between two mountains, and at the middle of these fountains, there's a fountain. That's where pilgrims would go to wash their hands. Also, the priests consecrate themselves at that fountain to prepare themselves for the various rituals and for the prophet that took place in Delphi. This place was so important in ancient Greece that several wars were fought between the 7th century and going all the way to the 3rd century BC, because several cities wanted to be in control of the sanctuary. Being in control of the sanctuary meant you could control the wealth that came in to the sanctuary. You could control which cities had access to it. You could control also the messages that were given by the oracle. For example, when the Persians invaded Greece and the oracle simply felt threatened, wasn't even conquered by the Persians. It simply felt threatened by the Persians. The oracle started giving out oracles, prophecies that were pro-Persian. Okay, negative to all the cities of Greece, all the independent cities of Greece that decided to fight against the Persians, so hostile to those cities. And even later on, the oracle would change previous prophecies to fit the narrative of the current political climate, okay, in a propagandist way. Okay, as we're going closer, you can see part of the sanctuary. I can see the columns of the Temple of Apollo, which was a 4th century temple. Other temples had been built before it, and even some mythical temples. According to the myth of the place, one temple was built out of wax, another out of feathers, another out of branches. There are several myths associated with the place, exactly because it's such a central sanctuary for Greek religiosity. Can I see some hands? Who wants to go to the bathroom? Are we all okay? Okay. then we're going straight to the archaeological sites. The photo. Okay, grab your whispers, hats. It's we're gonna spend between 45 minutes to an hour.